All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 7-mile bridge. This is where we're going to be fishing for the evening. We got a couple hours until sunset. Right now I'm walking down this bridge here trying to find a good spot to set up camp. I wanted to be the furthest one out. That way if anyone wants to try and overstep me, I can just walk past them a little bit further. Trying to see if I can see any fish. There's a big barracuda down there, but we don't exactly have the gear for that. The rod I brought with me on the plane is only a medium heavy. It's not fit to fight anything like that, especially off this bridge. We're in the market for some reef species, some small snappers, grunts, stuff like that. So hopefully we can find some of those. Hopefully some of those new species that I'm after. Right now I am at 18 new species for this trip, which is pretty good, but I think we can do even more if the conditions are right the rest of the trip. So maybe one or two of those will show up this video, maybe even more than that, but let's not get greedy. Really not sure where I want to set up. Everything looks like it could hold fish. All right, so this is what I got working right now. I got a little size 8 hook there, piece of squid, about a foot of 17-pound fluorocarbon leader, little barrel swivel, egg sinker, and then 17-pound fluoro is my main line as well. Got the 6.6 Syncroy Triumph travel rod. It's a 4-piece rod, and then I got the Penn Battle 3 3000 on here. We're gonna drop this down into the depths. It's about 20-30 foot drop, and we're gonna see if we can get any fish to come up, and if so, how many species can we catch. All right guys, first species of the day came up. It's a little pale lane snapper, I believe. Yeah, I don't think that's a mutton snapper. Yeah, he's showing his lane snapper colors now. He was pale when he first came up. Let's go ahead and drop him back down. Goodbye, fish. Oh man, another lane snapper. Had a white grunt in between that I caught off camera, and now this lane snapper, he's got the hook in there pretty good. Alright guys, I was dropping some shrimp, not shrimp, squid down the piling here. I switched up my hook size to a size 12 hook. I got a new species here. This is either a Bermuda chub or a yellow sea chub, I believe. Could be something else. I'm not great with saltwater identification yet, but I'm pretty decent at it. But we're going to take a shot at this guy and let him go, because he is going to be a new species for us. Alright guys, got our sea chub unhooked here, trying to let him go. He's going to flop back down. Oof, a little bit of a harsh landing, but he'll be alright. Yeah, he's swimming back. Alright, new species. Let's see if we can add any more. Of course, this guy had to show up at some point. Little Sergeant Major. These things are all over the place down here, like bluegill would be back in Pennsylvania. But they are pretty fish, so I can't complain too much. Alright, he's unhooked. Whoops. And he stuck the landing. Nice. Good stuff. Alright guys, another species for the day. We got ourselves a little porkfish here. Just a juvenile, but still very pretty fish. We'll go ahead and take a shot and release this guy. Hook out. Nice and easy. Alright, another species here. Haven't caught anything new besides the one Bermuda or yellow sea chub. but I'll take a few yellowtail snapper. They are pretty fish. There he is. These guys like to squirm, so I'm not going to hold them too long. I already got spined by one today. Alright guys, I finally caught the fish I was after. The Dr. Fish tang. What a gorgeous looking fish. It's one of my favorite catches of the trip so far. Whew. Let's take a shot and release this guy. Alright guys, time to attempt to release our Dr. Fish here. Alright, there he is unhooked here. Beautiful fish. Let's go ahead and drop this guy off. Alright. Happy trails.
That was a cool fish right there, boss.
Dr. Fish number 2 just came up. Pretty little fella. Got the blue on the fins there, a little black spot on the tail. Pretty fish. Let's go ahead and take a shot and release this guy. Alright guys, got a little damselfish here. This one's a bit lighter in coloration than before. The ones I caught off Sombrero Beach. Chance it could be something else, but probably not. Probably just another dusky damselfish. But we got a photo, so we can identify it later. We got a nice sunset going down right now off of the 7 Mile Bridge here. Let's go ahead and unhook this damselfish. Popped out nice and easy, just a tiny little guy. How he got the size 8 hook, I don't know. And he is good to go. Alright guys, that is going to do it for our 7 Mile Bridge fishing session for today. There's a chance I may wind up back here later in the week, but not 100% certain. There's some other places that we were going to try and hit, so maybe we'll be back, maybe we won't, but we'll see. Ended up catching 2 new species for me today, either the Bermuda chub / yellow sea chub. Could be either or, I have to further identify that one. And then the one I'm really happy about, the Dr. Fish tang. That one was super cool. We ended up catching 2 of those. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's not as long as some of my usual ones. The whole Florida Keys trip has been kind of wonky with how I'm filming the videos, just because how sporadic some of my fishing sessions are, depending on what's biting, when and where, all that stuff, depending on the tides, this and that. So haven't had a whole lot of planning when it comes to filming the videos, but hopefully you guys are enjoying some of the videos and seeing all the different variety of species we're getting. So I will see you guys on the next episode of the Ville Outdoors. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Peace out. All right, welcome back to the channel. Today is May 18th, I believe. We are here at Bahia Honda State Park. We're going to be doing some fishing today. Tide's really not moving too strong right now. We got some fish beneath my feet here. I'm gonna be looking for fish out in here too. This is supposedly a popular reef area. I see some sort of jack or mackerel swimming down there. So I'm going to start off with a little voodoo shrimp. I actually ended up catching a tarpon on this the other night. There's some yellow jack down there. I'm going to see if I can get their attention with this, because that would be a new species. Oh, some just came over and popped at the surface. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to be casting around the voodoo shrimp to start off today, but I do also have my bait with me as well, so we can try cut bait, we can try all sorts of stuff today. So hoping we get some action here and get some fish on the board, but who knows what'll happen, what'll come up. So stay tuned and hopefully we have a good day of fishing. Oh, someone just peeked at it. Alright guys, first fish worth having on camera. This is a little wrasse here. I've caught some blue stripe grunt and some French grunt, but that is all that has showed up so far this morning. The yellow jacks were not taking the artificial I was offering, so maybe we'll throw out some cut bait or something rather later on. But wrasse has been released. Now we just gotta try and find some new species, which may prove difficult. Here guys, fish on. Look at the size of that blue stripe grunt. That's a decent one right there. There's a bunch of little fish in this little area here. It's kind of protected by the seawall, so there's not a whole lot of current. There's some damselfish, some sergeant majors, and I also saw a little parrotfish in there, so I might try and tie on the size 18 hook a little while later to try and get those guys. But right now let's take care of this grunt here. Get our hook back. Pretty little fish. Time to let him go. French grunt and white grunt have definitely been the most common species I've caught on this trip. Blue stripe grunt I haven't caught too many of, but I've caught enough where I don't really need to catch them again. I'm on the lookout for any type of file fish, boxfish, pufferfish, parrotfish. I would still take a couple more of, even though I caught blue and rainbow parrotfish. Snapper, the only one that's probable would be mutton snapper. I'd probably have to throw a piece of cut bait out there for that. Another little wrasse here. This one we already have on our species list. Caught this the first day we were down here. Oh, gave me a nice easy unhooking. Yellow jack would be new, but they don't seem to be biting much right now. They would take cut bait or they would take artificial. They weren't taking the artificial I had earlier. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but there's a big barracuda right here.
Yeah, there was two went by me about this long.
Yeah, that's the size about that one there.
That guy down at one of the where the beach is down on Route 1, he had caught one.
Oh yeah?
Fisher, he said they're good eating. You and Tide, is Tide going out? I believe it is.
Yeah, I think so. Looks that way. It's a cowfish, scrawled cowfish. Alright guys, new species for me. We got our scrawled cowfish that we were looking for. Pretty little guy. We're gonna go ahead and take a shot and release this guy safely. Alright guys, last look at our little cowfish here. That is new species number 20 for me this trip. We're gonna go ahead and release him back where he came from. Such a beautiful fish. Alright, swam off strong. Got him on the squid on a little size 12 hook. And then I have my lead hanging down here. Barrel swivel attached to another leader that has the hook on it. So, a little off the bottom. Worked out well. Two big old stingrays there. I don't know how well you can see that on the GoPro. Black with a bunch of white spots.